Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to Valley East, USA. Alright, as I mentioned in the last episode, we said we were going to go ahead and embrace the inner OLF. Anyway, I guess that wasn't last episode. The episode before that, I guess I was saying that. Anyways, but as you can see, we do have the tractor. We have the John Deere. Oof. The other John Deere is raking. And we have our Mass Ferguson doing a little bit of baling. As you can see, I've already started baling, and that's primarily because if I hadn't started early, you would have seen a lot of baling, and that's it. But we're halfway done already. And if we go just to our information and take a look at how many bales we have created. So this episode, well, this session, we've only created 6. But in previous, I think the last time I was running, we had about 40 bales already. So it's going to be a little interesting to see how this all plays out in the end. I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of excited as well. So what we have is the Mass Ferguson doing this, and we have the John Deere currently raking. And this is the last field to rake up. This is the field by the pasture, if you remember. So it's just to the east of the pasture, and he's got like one pass left basically, and then he's done. So what we'll do at that point is we will get this guy rolling on picking up the bales. So remember, with OLF, he doesn't necessarily, does he ted his hay? I don't think he even does. I'm trying to think now. I know he rakes it, but he doesn't, because he's selling his hay to a mushroom barn or a mushroom farm, he doesn't necessarily need to sell them super dry hay. If you are feeding this to animals, you probably would have to let it dry a little bit more, I would suspect. Or if you were making it into silage, it probably would be the same idea. You could do it. You could have a higher moisture content. It'd be okay. But in this context, we're selling it to the high school here, and they're gonna potentially make it into silage, or they have their own mushroom farm. I have no idea, but they accept it, so we're happy with this. So I don't know. We'll see how much money we make. So like last time we made about $40,000 or so. So it's going to be interesting to see how much more we make this time around. Because we have 3 fields that are fully, fully ready to go, I guess. I believe this should be the last point on the course, I suspect. I don't know. It's going to go back to the first waypoint, or are going to turn around and do that? It's going back to the first waypoint. Nope, no it's not. Alright, whatever. These are always the things you look at and you're like, what exactly is going on here? Oh yeah, this is the last one here. Apparently he's combining 2 windrows into one, but that's, I'll accept that. I'm just gonna wait for him to finish up here so I can refuel him and put the auto stacker on the back. Now, some people are saying in the comments, I was asking about the auto stacker and like how a farmer would even get an auto stacker, and majority of people were saying that it would come on a flatbed. And I was kind of surprised by that, actually. It might be an oversized load in that context, but it's I don't know. I didn't think they would deliver it on a flatbed just because the sheer size of it, but apparently they do, which is pretty cool actually. So I'll have to look in the Euro truck to see if there are any trailers that have the auto stacker. I don't think there are. I know there are ones with like the telehandles and some of the tractors, the Deutz-Fahrer tractors, but I don't think there's any with the auto stacker that I can remember at least. Alright, here we are, back at the first point. Here he goes. Nice. Very nice. We don't need to wait for him to finish. He's going to drive to this point, and then that's it. Perfect. Alright, so it's 11 a.m. apparently, and it's so dark outside still that we need to have our lights on, so oh well. Alright. I don't know why there's not like a path that goes like right there down to the road, but it always throws me off. I'm like, oh right, there's no path right there, so I have to drive all the way down this little section here and then go on to back to the farm. But I guess that makes sense because there's really, on the other side there's actually no entrance into the farm. It's like a dead end, which is strange. So there's like an exit, there's like an entrance and an exit to this farm, and that's it, sort of thing. So there's not like a, it's not like you can exit out of any particular area of the farm. It seems like they're encouraging you to enter this way right here that we're entering in, or another side, and that's it though. So I don't know. I don't know why that's the case, but that's what they did. So just gotta roll with it, I guess. All right, so let's park this up here. Here we go. Try not to hit the cultivator there. Nice. So the idea, like I mentioned before, was we'll use the hay profits to expand our farm into more avenues of agriculture, let's say, because the corn right now is not really providing the necessary money, whereas there we go, and let's fuel up while we're out here. The corn isn't providing the necessary amount of money profit, I suppose. And this is kind of an interesting thought, actually. In real life, this is very, not what I'm going to, not the hay farm specifically, but it's very common for farmers to have to adapt to, changing situations. So, for example, right now in Ontario, for the 2016 year, they actually changed regulations for neonicotinoids. So now you have to get like permission and all this jazz, and you have to provide a reasonable doubt. Not a reasonable doubt. What's the word I'm looking for? You have to provide circumstance for you to use neonicotinoid seeds that are treated with neonicotinoids, stuff like that. Like, they're really changing the procedures around neonicotinoids. So a lot of farmers are probably going to look for other ways to get around this, or adapt, is what I'm getting at, in some way, shape, or form. So it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. It's like right now, in the following year, it probably won't change much. However, in, I guess, 2 years, I guess, is when you'll see the really big change. Because what might happen is, like, right now we have, with our current government, they're the ones who decided that this was, oops, that's not the only thing I wanted to do, actually. That plus sell bales. Let's see if this actually works. So, with the current government, they're the ones who decided this. But the really odd thing about it is, the reason why they did it, actually, it's they basically did it to please. Oh, is he done? Wow, didn't expect that. It looks like he's done. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Is that really the case? Let's find out here. It looks like he is, yeah. Ah, awesome. So yeah, the liberal government, doesn't matter what the government is, the current government, Ontario government, provincial government, they decided it was the best thing to do, was to have this ban in place. And the really odd part about it was the fact that basically what they're trying to do is, like, the way the people voted for the particular government, it's mostly people from urban areas, which is kind of a problem, actually. And the reason why I say it's a problem is because they basically are catering to the people who voted for them, which, makes sense from a business standpoint. It makes perfect sense they'll do something like that. But if you're a farmer these days, it's not the best thing. Ah, it's raining. Oh no. This isn't good. I think there's been 1 or 2 videos with OLF bailing in the rain. Or just the start of it, at least. 1 sec, coffee break. So what this is doing right now is just collecting the bales on the outside, on the headlands. And I think the way I set it up is I actually changed the course. So it would pick up the headland bales first. because the headland bales are the ones that always get in the way. And there's one right there that's kind of like in the middle of nowhere. I don't know why it's like that. Let's see what the profit is on these bales. Should be the same. 855, so they're actually going down. Because they're getting rained on right now, the profit on them is going down. I wonder if I can sit here and watch the profit or the money go down. I wonder. 855. Let's go check out another one and see if it's the same, because it might be different. 855. Oh, maybe they do decrease then. 55. So every bale is about the same, it looks like. I'm curious. I don't know if that. I can't remember. I want to say it was 870 last time. So maybe they do adjust the price based on how much you sell. So maybe this won't be the most profitable way to capitalize on a farm, but maybe it will be still. Who knows? So this is kind of be an interesting little experiment, because normally, like, depends on. It actually depends on the map a lot of the time, because certain maps will. What they'll do is they'll adjust for people who sell a lot of something. So like originally in Westbridge Hills, I think, and in 2013 I think it was, if you sold, you know, thousands and thousands of liters of silage, the price wouldn't change. But some maps, they actually adjust the price, and they made it so the price does change based on how much you sell. So it actually will decrease if you try and sell more. Like, let's see, does this map actually show the price of silage? No. So this map, you could probably sell as much silage as you want and you'd still make money, not a problem. But other maps, what they'll do is they'll actually adjust the price. So like the more you sell, obviously the further the price goes down. That's the same with other crops as well. So 855. What do we got here? Oh, it's still 855. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. It'll be. I'm gonna be. I'm a little curious actually to see how this is gonna all work out, and whether the price is actually gonna drop. Actually, I think it will. Once it sells a load of hay here, we'll be curious. Actually, strangely enough, OLF actually has a. I don't know if he still has it. I have to double check. But he used to have a. It was kind of like this, but not exactly like this, an auto stacker. It was not like a. I don't even call that basket, I guess, type scenario. It was just like a little. I'm trying to think what it looks like now. I think it's just spikes, I want to say. It was more like the. If you ever played Farm Sim 13, it was like the old Heston. Was it a Heston one? I think it was. I think it was part of the Extreme Baling Pack. That one. It was more like that. Are we going to pick up that bale? No, it's just going to sit there. That's unfortunate. 9 bales. Alright. That one bale out in the middle of nowhere. There's always one. So, I'm not sure what we're going to do with this. I think we might try and change it into... because this is not compacted properly. It says, oh, compaction 53%. Then as you get to the middle, it's like, whoa. Oh, really? You used to say it wasn't compacted enough. Huh. Maybe it's because I'm not in a vehicle. I wonder if that's the case. Let's find out. Anyways, I think I showed that to you before anyways, but it basically was saying, like, okay, you need to compact this more sort of idea. It was like, not compacted enough. Anyways, what I'll do is I will pause it for a sec here, and I'll come back once this is full, and we'll verify that the course is working properly. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, so our auto stacker is full now. So what we have it set up to do, if memory serves at least, it should go back to the original, or the start point, and then go from there. So when you're doing these auto stacker courses, make sure you have it set so it returns to the first point, so which is right here. Because what happens is if you have it set so it doesn't return to the first point, it'll actually drive through all the bales, which is a problem. So we have it returning to the first point, which is right here, and then my unloading course is right beside it basically, so it just continues on from there. And that basically prevents you from running over the bales all the time. Now this is going to be the interesting part to see if this actually works the way it's supposed to. And that bale's gonna get in the way again. Watch this. Yep. It's gonna drive right over it. We'll just push it out of the way for the time being, I guess. Actually, we'll be able to pick up on the way back. Alright, so this is the unloading course. So it's something I recorded off camera, but this is how it would work with it. I don't know. When you're... depending on the map itself, some maps will have an easy place to unload bales, and some maps won't have an easy place. This one's kind of like in between, because it is kind of easy if you do it manually, but with a courseplay sometimes if you don't set it up properly, it'll run into a whole heap of issues. But here's how it's supposed to work. It's supposed to drive here and then unload. So let's get out, see if we can see a bird's eye view, so to speak. And let's see if it works the way it's supposed to. So here's the waiting point right here. So what's supposed to happen is it's supposed to drive past here and then sell the bales right there, and I have a sneaky suspicion it's not gonna sell them in the right place. Let's check. No, it's totally gonna be off. So I'm just gonna stop and adjust it. So I think I did this without the trailer, and that's why. There we go. And we'll have it nearest. There we go. So yeah, that's what I figured. So I'll have to readjust that. One of the nice things about it is that you can do it 2 separate courses. So look at that, $13,000 from that, just from one load of bales. How awesome is that? I think it's fantastic. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll re-record this course real quick, and I'll be back in a sec. Alright, and we're back. So I re-record the course. It's just doing its thing. I fast-forward time a little bit because the rain was bothering me, and this is what happens. So this is with a bale extension, of course. So because I left them out in the rain, they actually downgraded from quality A to quality B, and now they're worth half the price. So boo earns on me. Oh well. Can't do much about that, and if I come over to these bales, it should be the same situation. So this probably is C. That's C. What about this one over here? So, word to the wise. Be careful if it rains or not. Yeah, so these ones aren't worth very much either. That's my own fault now. Alright, so let's take this guy to the next field, which in this case is the pasture. And we'll get him rolling there. And those bales will actually be worth something. Again. Because, this... Actually, I don't know. I have to double check that. It should be fine. But it would be curious because the hay itself was out in the rain, but that wasn't baled. So I don't know how that's going to work. So, yeah, that's what happens when you fast forward time when it's raining and you have to get the baling done. So, yeah. Bale extension. It does change things a little bit. Now my profits aren't as high as I wanted them to be, but I'm sure we'll still make some money, so it's not the end of the world, I guess. Alright, get this guy rolling. And let's see what the price is going to be like. Probably won't have any bales for a bit, so we'll go back to this guy. Yeah, so that's the bale extension once again. You can get that on Mod Hoster. Basically, what it does is it makes it more realistic in terms of bales. So, like, because these bales were out in the field and they just left there, they got rained on essentially, and the quality downgraded. And apparently, the quality over there is worse than here. I don't know how that works out, but I guess it was more rain over there, I suppose. So yeah, keep that in mind next time you decide to bale and you have the bale extension in, or fast forward time in my case. So technically, it would have been better to bale on Friday. Pick them up on Saturday or Sunday, but it's too late now. What's done is done. So, alright, so let's see how this works out. How many bales do we have so far? What's the numbers looking like? 58 bales we've created so far. Actually, it's not that many. I guess we were half done this field already. So that probably doesn't help either. Because remember, from that little tiny field, we got 50 bales last time. But I guess technically it was like a double... it was two... I don't know. The grass was mown twice before it was harvested, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So, excellent. So let's wait for this to be full and see how this works out once again. And we'll come back. Actually, let's check on this guy real quick. He's still doing his round. Okay, we'll come back in a sec. Alright, so just coming back. This is the new course I recorded. Should be interesting to see how this works out. I don't know. This is the part that I always find interesting, to see how the computer interpretates what you want it to do. Because usually in these contexts, it's human error that really creates the problem. So this is an interesting situation because he's backing up. The weight point will actually go for the trailer, not the tractor, I discovered. There we go. Perfect. I don't know why it's like works that way, but if you're backing up, it'll be where the trailer is, not where the tractor is. But if you're driving forward, it's where the tractor is, not where the trailer. How strange is that? Survey says... Ding ding. Oh yeah. We didn't make nearly as much money because those bales were worth half as much. So what we'll do is just name this course. We'll call it Collect plus Sell Bales. There we go. Perfect. So that'll make us a little bit of money. So as you can see, we've made $22,000. If I hadn't fast forwarded time, we probably would have made a lot more money. But there's always next time, I guess. Excellent. So this is actually bringing in a little bit of money. So what I was thinking is, I was just pondering on this. So if we sell, let's say this, what's that? 40, 70, 90, and what else would we sell? 90. And then that would be 110. And then we have this, another 6, 120, probably less than 120. And then that's 220. Yeah, we actually still don't have enough for the mower. So, I'll have to wait on that one, I guess. Just because the mower would make this, make it a bit quicker, because you basically skip a step. Instead of having to rake and then mow, you just mow in one shot. Which is nice. Makes things quicker and a bit more streamlined. So hopefully you don't run into situations like this where the bales are they were out in the rain and you lost money. Hopefully being the key word, of course. Excellent. Alright, so I think we'll stop the episode there for now, folks. I'll let these bales... Oh, how much... where's the nearest bale? Right there. How much are these worth? The survey says should be 800 actually. Interesting. So the grass was rained on, so now the quality is even less. Interesting. Okay, so there you go, folks. So it does matter. I couldn't remember if it mattered if it rained on the hay when it was out and spread out, if it mattered or not, but it definitely does. So there you go. A little bit of information for you if you're using the bale extension. So if you like baling a lot, might be a cool little mod to make baling a bit more not interactive, maybe is the word I'm looking for, or involved is a better word. So that'd be kind of an interesting thing to check out. So having said that, folks, my name is Iain Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2015 coming at you from Valley East, USA. And if you enjoyed yourself, why don't you go ahead and hit that share button? I really appreciate that. Catch you guys later.